welcome back to my channel, Léabelle Nursery. I'm Isabelle. Today we will continue our little tutorial. As far as we have gone, we have made a first round of primary color. We have put the undertones blue and yellow. We have done the veining. We have also done the mottling. On this little one I have put about 4 layers of mottling. I have put I think blue, red, yellow, purple. You can add pink, you can add bloody red. Every color you feel the need to add to give a good skin tone and a nice translucent looking skin. Today I will show you how to do the crease. It's not easy to mix the crease color. You will probably have to try some different color combination. It's not easy. It's maybe the hardest part of reborning with air dry when you use the primary method color. I think I have said it in the beginning that I use the primary color method, but I also use different other color. I think there's no limit to how many color you can use on a kit. It's art, so it's really up to you. So I will show you how I do my crease color. You can use those color, or you can work to try get your own as your taste. Good to know is when you want to have a pale baby, it's better to go with more pinkish color. If you want a darker skin tone baby, you can go with brown, more brown, red brown or purplish color. If you do a red brown on a light kit, it will maybe seem a bit odd. So I think more pink for the pale skin tone and more dark for the darker skin tone. That's obvious. So I will show you. I have some that I have made previously. Here I will try to show you the color I use usually. I do a mid skin tone color, not really pale but not really too dark. I do not talk about AA baby or ethnic baby here. That's another another thing. It's kind of brown red. I have added a little blue on it too. Just to show you, I will pick my my brush. Mix it. Just will show you on the toilet paper. It's kind of dark. And the blue-brown tint. You notice that it's almost straight paint, not a lot of medium on that. So I will go with a little tray like that, because I will only do a small quantity. I just want to show you. And anyway, crease paint tend to dry faster even in a little pot like that, because you do not add a lot of water in it. So for beginning, you will need blue, any kind of blue. You will need red, also any kind of red. I will use a Canyon red and a cobalt blue. No, you don't see nothing, sorry. Those are the color I will use here. Any kind of red and blue, that's okay. You will play with it and find the one you like the most. And I will use my, where is it? I like to use my raw umber. You can also use burnt umber. Any brown you have on end. If you don't have brown, you can use a little bit of black, but be aware that black stain a lot the paint. So if you use black, use it a very little quantity, very not much, because that will really stain. So with those color, what I do, my pen is a bit dirty. I will take a little brush, maybe like this. I will use a bit of medium. I use the golden, but any medium you have with your paint. Maybe a drop or two of water, and of course the most important is the retarder, because you don't want your creases to dry too fast. If it dries too fast, you will not be able to blend them well, and it will look dirty and cake in the crease. So you really want to use the retarder. I use probably too much than I am supposed to with the paint, but that's the only way I find to keep my crease workable the time I pounce them. So we'll go with a drop of red. We'll go with a touch of blue. I do not put a whole drop, just maybe half my red, and I mix. You have a nice purple, red purple. Then I add a little bit of brown. If you do not want to drop too much on the color, you can put it on another side and just add it with your brush. I don't have a lot left in that, and the top is dry. That's okay. Be careful. Not too much. We'll put it on here. I think I will maybe put a little bit more. Then I will add a little bit of a medium. Not too much, just to be able to dilute it a little bit. And I will play with that until I am happy with the result. I don't want it to be too watery. I want to keep it like a yogurt consistency if you want. This is the color. That's about the same. You can play with that all you want. You can go with more red, more blue, more brown. It's really up to you. You can also add a tad bit of white if you want something more pink. Not too much. Then I will add my retarder, a few drops. Like I said, I don't use really the recommended amount because I really don't want it to dry too fast. You cannot sorry, you cannot keep this paint too long because of the retarder. It makes the paint a bit sticky. Oh, sorry. I have an allergy this time of year. That's not fun. So for testing your color, you will take your head. I always begin in places that will not show much if I have not the right color. Behind the ear, maybe under the cheek, or even on the neck flange, if you want to be sure. Oh, and I forget to tell you, you have to keep a type of brush like this to blend your crease. I found out that those angle brush are the best for that. So I will go, for showing you, I will go here, do the little crease there. And I will just spread it gently. As you see, I don't let the full line, I really spread it along and up and down the crease. I find the color to be too red for my taste, so I will add a little bit of blue and of brown. Put my blue here, it will be easier. So I will add blue. I will begin by the blue, just to see what happens. I like kind of purple crease. So I will just try this color and see the difference. It's better. It's a bit better. With a bit more blue and a bit more brown, and I think we will be good. And that will be okay for that, I think. You don't want your crease to be not dilute at all, just straight paint, because it will be really too dark. You want them to be subtle, but if you want to add more later, you will just add more on the bigger crease, and that will do the job better, less than too much. And like you can see that I blend right away. I do not wait, because if I wait, I will be stuck with dark crease, like bright lines, and I do not want that. Color seem okay. And this kit have where the shape here. I will just do a little bit to accentuate the shape here. That's kind of a chubby baby. So you go ahead and make all the crease. Don't forget one. Sometimes I don't do the crease right away. I wait until my kit is almost done and I do the crease at last. Sometimes I do them in the beginning and I add some more in the end. It's really up to you. There's no right or wrong way to do it. Inside the ear, and don't do too much at a time, just one or two, then spread it along the crease. If you do too much at a time, you will have trouble with the dirty, dry crease. It's important to do some shadow with the crease too. Not really the fine small crease, but the bigger one. It's important to do some shading on the skin around the crease. I'm not sure if I'm clear. You really have to blend it well. You do not want sharp edge or on the beginning and the end of the crease. It has to be blend in the skin. I will show you how to do it all on the face. After that, maybe a tip or two on the legs and arm. But I will not show you all the crease I do because it will be too long and unnecessary. Once you have done a few, you know how to do it. And if I go too fast, you can just pause the video and rewind a bit. That's the beauty of a YouTube video. You can go at your rhythm. Like you see, I spread the paint all the way down in the ear. Don't forget to mix your paint often. Now, for the eyes, you do inside the eyes. Sure, it's a closed eye. It's not exactly the same method for an open eye. For an open eye baby, you need to do creases inside the eye too, just inside, and don't forget the corner. And with the crease, it's where you give all the details of the face. Some kit have crease that you may not like the placement or the look that give to the doll. Maybe you think it would look like to a crunchy face. So you can just skip those crease. You're not you have no obligation to do all of the crease. Like this kit have some crease on the forehead. If you want, you have no obligation to do it. If you want to do it, do it. Personally, I always do the because I think that if the sculptor has put them there is for a reason. So I like to do them all, but it's really up to you, and that will give the personality maybe different looking for the same kit from an artist to another. Don't forget to do in the corner of the eyes. It's like a kind of a shading if you want. So as you can see, my paint is not very dark. It's fairly thin. I prefer that than go with darker in the beginning. Then if I want to adjust it later and put some more at some place, that's okay, but I cannot remove what I have done, so and when spreading the paint, I use it for shading too. Don't forget the nostril. Those are very important. I do use the creasing color for the lips. Not all the lips, but for all the contour and the crease. You can put it where you want. It's not like this part is not really a crease, but I want to put some shadow, so I use it there. If you do a nice job, it will blend with the skin tone later. For the lip, I blend it toward the opening of the mouth, not outside. Not sure if you see, but my paint has started to dry too fast. And it's a little bit... it's not enough blend. I can use a bit of water on my brush and just try to wet it a bit and blend more. That's what is tricky with air dry paint. But when you are used to it, that's okay. I mean, I never use nothing else, so that's the only way I know. It may be a bit challenging if you came from using Genesis paint and you want to try your hand with hair dry, but it's just a learning curve, and in no time you will know how the paint react and will be able to play with and use it. I do a line inside of the mouth and just push the paint outside. I will come back later for the lips. Now it's just first layer. So that's it for the face. As you can see, it gives life to the kit. It seems more, it have more definition, more life. You see more the baby it will become. So now for the end, I will show you just one hand and one foot. Just to show you. For the end, you will do the crease between the fingers, and you have to spread it very well in the middle. Because the more the bigger the crease, the darker the color should be. I don't like this brush at all. Okay. I don't want to use my wet brush because I don't want to remove the paint. You will do the same in the end. It's not easy. That's why I use those kind of fine brush. They are long enough to go inside the end. A closed fist is the best. It's not too difficult, but an open hand and with bend finger like that, it's not easy to do. So really take your time. Do one crease at a time. Don't put paint all over the end. You will not be able to blend it. So it's not really easy, but it's visible. It's not. It's something you become used to, and you will find a better way to do it. As you can see, I have blend my paint, and I have spread it on the fingers. And that's about that. For the end, you will do all the crease you see. If you don't want to, because it has so many creases that you feel that's too much for you. You're not you have no obligation to do them all. It's really depend on your kit. But I think the most detail you add, the most realistic you will get. Some kits like Reborn have a lot of creases. Every single little mini crease, you're not it's not an obligation to do them if you don't want to. Sometimes it's better even not to do them. But on those kits, the details are not there are not a lot of details often. So if you don't want a dolly look, it's better, I think, to do all the crease that you can do. And don't forget to do the knuckles. Don't put too much paint, just enough. Blend them. And what I like to do with my crease color, it's to do the contour of the nail. I will come back later with another color for the nails, but I like to do that in the beginning too with my crease color. And for the feet, it's about the same. You do don't forget the bigger crease, like those crease, you put more paint and you spread the paint each side of the crease, because the crease here are really more have more depth. Sure how to pronounce depth. So like you see, I go more heavy with the color, and I like to spread it. Later on I will add some shading, but I like to do the first step with my crease color. And the same for the foot. Then for the end, you do all the crease between the toes. I like to do around the nails, and inside the foot there's a lot of mini crease. And what I do is I do the crease that go in the same direction. Then when they are dry, I go with those that are across. That's the best way I found to do them correctly. So go ahead and do all the little crease. So my tips are really use retarder. Don't be afraid to use retarder. If your paint is dry along the way, you can add a drop of water. It will give you more working time. Second tip, use color appropriate for the skin tone you want. That's really important. And do just a few lines, a few creases at a time. Then you have to blend very well. Spread the paint, blend it. That's the secret for have nice, clean creases with air dry and with any other paint, I'm sure. So that's it for today, and next time I will go in and show you how to do the first layers of blushing. Then we'll add a few layers of primary color for the skin tone. And that's it for today. I just want to thank you all for watching this video and for telling me that I'm not so bad in English. I appreciate very much. I do my best. I try to improve. I guess I will become better the more I will speak in English. I hope so. So again, thank you for your support and your kind words. I appreciate that very much. And I see you in not too long. Goodbye. Have a nice day.